Good evening, welcome to a night of Dota 2. You are watching the Yard and White Festival, and we have two matches in store for you tonight. Loser bracket match, winners bracket match. So the first one is our loser bracket match, which is a best out of 1. Winners bracket match is our best out of 3. We're going to start off with Vhoul Assassins taking on 0Respect, and afterwards it's going to be Rockskiss versus Power Rangers. A matchup that I'm really looking forward to, but let's not take anything away from the two teams that we're about to watch. Vhoul Assassins and 0Respect have proven to be capable of providing some very explosive games, and we're going to jump ourselves right in there. Also, of course, I will be having a co-caster. Vicamont is here-ish. Might be joining me later.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, you're here. Ah, there you are. Just didn't know for sure.
I'm still in a meeting, but I'm multitasking.
Multitasking. I wish I could do that.
Yes.
Oh, actually, I am multitasking now as well, slightly, because I'm doing
Nice.
the picks and bans stuff, of which I'm,
Right.
of course, very far behind. And
Big-
I first of all, before anything else, what's your thoughts on Ember Spirit?
I have lots of thoughts about Ember Spirit.
Yes,
I thought
please
we'd
share.
talk about other stuff first. This is the loser semis, right? Like the winner of this will play the loser of Power Rangers versus.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit's an interesting hero. Like, when I had just seen VODs of him in Dota 1 and just like read about it, he seemed to me to be insanely overpowered, even after all the nerfs. And then he hits live, and he has a pretty bad win rate in pub, even in very high. A lot of pros tried to, like, initially started playing him in pub, and then it kind of like TC was playing a lot, MSS was playing a lot, and then it sort of tailed off. I know Sing Sing said he didn't really think that, like he thought the hero was okay, but nothing too special. And then in the last couple of weeks, I've sort of just started seeing like a little bit more and more optimism about the hero, because he really does have a unique skill set. He's able to do things that almost no other hero can in some ways. So heroes like that are always people that you have to watch, like heroes that do something unique, because a lot of the time that unique thing can just be very, very, very valuable. And we've already seen him in a couple pro games. He went 1-1. But he was very, very dominant in the game that they won, which was Sad Boys versus Swagentiger. So we'll have to see more of him. I don't know if he's worth the first ban, but I do know that if you don't if you haven't practiced against it, you don't want to face it, and it's an elimination match.
Yeah.
The first ban phase is pretty open anyway, so it's okay.
Yeah, mostly, I mean, of course, yeah, he won a match yesterday, but even without the Ember Spirit, Sad Boys versus Swagentiger, like, you know, they probably would have won anyway.
Yeah, although Swagentiger is quite good. Like, they're not bad.
True, not in the
They're probably
same
the best
level
South American
of,
team right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, that's cool to know. Actually, did not know that, but
Team
yeah, I have to say I agree in terms of seeing the hero appear more and more in people's streams. I know Dendy said that he really likes that hero, for example, and I also agree. You know, if you don't have practice against him, yeah, you probably ban him out. Just make it easy on yourself. Like it's probably
For
the
sure.
best bet here. And 0Respect, by the way, Jarrell was in my chat earlier, and he said like, are you gonna cast a match? And watch out for me, I will be the Marana. So hereby, I know what kind of role this Marana is gonna play.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about that.
Yeah.
Like, I think yesterday we cast 0Respect and Jarrell was on Marana. and
Yeah.
went 13-1.
I believe like Cat Ladies is all we've seen him play. Isn't that like? It's a theme.
He does like cat ladies.
I don't think he was the one that suicided for the different item set though. I don't think that was him.
That was somebody else, like
Yeah.
Inquisitor or something.
Yeah. But yeah, he'll play the cat lady. That also means that we know that she's gonna be on a core role. But lately we've seen them
Right.
run an aggressive tri-lane with it.
Yeah, they definitely are comfortable with running it either safe lane or aggressive lane. I mean, that's the thing about the Ember Spirit ban, is that you do let the Marana through, and it's a hero that 0Respect pretty much... It's their main hero. They pick I'm pretty sure it's their most picked hero overall in their games. I haven't checked the stats lately, but when I looked them up a while ago, that was true. And all their lineups are built around making this Marana really work in a farming role, but also a very aggressive farming role. And it looks like the way Vhoul Assassins are going to try to punish that is by having a very positioning-intensive lineup and catching out players of 0Respect and really just punishing their positioning and dealing tremendous amounts of damage to them. In fact, the Sand King Puck combo is something I believe we saw from this team already, with Vale on the Sand King
Yes.
and like
Yes.
Dagon on the Puck.
It was Armen's Sand King that made so... Like, Vhoul Assassins in that game, the start of the game, did not really go so well for them. But when that Sand King had his Blink Dagger, he went Brown Boots Blink Dagger. No other items, the wards were all bought by someone else. Once that Blink Dagger was online, they made the plays, and they made big plays. I remember that.
Yeah.
It was a good game. So we'll see if they can make it happen here as well. I'm not too big of a fan of Sand King and Clockwork in the same team, purely because I feel like Clockwork can mess up Sand King so much. So you have to have like brilliant synergy to make that work properly.
Yeah.
I do like the Bane Sand King combination though, as Bane getting in range for Nightmare, and even level 1 Sand King Burrow Strike will then have an effect if you wish it to. So it can be fairly aggressive. If they can get something early on in the game, I'm not too sure. It all depends on what kind of hero 0Respect picks up, who by the way have already banned out the Templar Assassin, so that is one of the natural counters to the Puck. And Vhoul Assassins decided, you know what, we might as well just pick up the Puck as the counter is already banned.
And clearly Wagga likes to play it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a solid draft so far. You see that Vhoul Assassins are leaving their carry pick for 5th. If you don't want somebody like Luna, who's pretty much the top tier carry, like if you're not looking for Luna or Marana, who are both carries and picked early on in the draft usually, you can leave your carry pick for 5th because there are so many viable 1-position heroes, or like there are so many like good tier 2 1-position heroes, like people that aren't Luna, that you can usually wait and surprise someone with something. I don't think we'll see like Faceless Void. This lineup isn't that good with him, but there's a lot that we could see. Like Anti-Mage would be fine. A lot of stuff still works.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential. I have to say, I'm hoping it's not going to be one of the hard carries. Although I have been surprised by those picks before. I have seen active, aggressive games with those picks before as well.
They could take Morphling. There's a lot of stuff that works.
They could. However, they should not play Morphling like we saw yesterday.
Okay, to be fair, he went like 13-4. He didn't do terribly. They probably shouldn't Ethereal Blade anybody that's trying to TP out and not kill them.
That sounds like a plan. Oh, that was like such a facepalm moment. You don't even know what to say if you're a caster at that point. It's just, did he really just do that? Yes, he did. Oh, well, we see Batrider banned out. Would be an okay hero up against Puck, who already has an annoying turn rate as it is. So, good hero to remove from the pool. Lifestealer as a core hero removed from 0Respect, but as you already mentioned, there are so many options still left that, you know, you just ban out the worst of what's still in, and in this case, Lifestealer is the one. Of course, that would be one to, after Disruption, if he does get caught out by a Disruption, would be able to insta-rage before an arrow hits. Which is pretty handy.
I mean, I think 0Respect's lineup is interesting. Picking the Dazzle as their second support. I mean, it's got pretty good synergy with Shadow Demon. Oh, here we are, Slark.
Yeah, I'm still wondering, like, is this an aggressive trailing from 0Respect or not?
With Slark, they can run it pretty aggressive, I guess, if they want to.
Yes, it would be... Yeah, but do you think...
I wouldn't, personally. Like, I think that it's better to run it safe because you can... Sandking's quite good at jungling.
Yeah.
Like, even though Sandstorm pushes creeps out, you can actually use the Sandstorm creep push to stack the creeps if you want.
Could you turn on your in-game microphone, by the way, before we continue?
It should be on.
Oh, just toggle it then. Toggle on and off. I just saw a comment in the chat about it, but sorry for the inconvenience, people, but that is a bug in Dota 2 that it sometimes just has to be toggled on and off before it actually catches itself. Oh, Lone Druid. And now I really hope that they are gonna go for an aggressive trialing, because I don't like Lone Druid as a suicide laner. This does mean that Timbersaw will be the one to be on the mid lane, by the way. Most likely, that is.
Yeah, I think so. We saw Wiz play Lone Druid the other day. He was solo safe in that case, and then they had to rotate 2 people up because he was getting pressured very heavily in the lane.
True. Yeah. They tried at some point. But that was, they were running an aggressive trial against him, right? When he
yes,
was on
they
safe
ran.
lane.
They had an aggressive trial in against the Lone Druid.
Yeah. I don't think that... Yeah, Vhoul Assassins, they can run an aggressive trial in, but I don't think they will want to. Because as you said, Sand King is a decent jungler, and he wants that farm. He wants to get that very early Blink Dagger. And you can't really bet it on then an aggressive trialing going well or not. It's a lot of pressure. As we do have a pause at the start of this game, but
Yep.
you know, wouldn't be a competitive game without it. And oh my god, there's really no decent HUD skin to be chosen apart from my own.
Wow. You have high standards. Oh, you don't get my shares. I have Tempest Wing shared, but
I don't get your shares, yeah.
right.
So we only get the Dragon Scale, the Valor one.
Dire Tide's not bad. It's fine.
Yeah, but it's I like that. The Dire Tide HUD skin was the first one I got,
You're sick of it?
and I got sick of it. Yeah.
The New Bloom, like the default New Bloom UI is not bad at all, I feel.
It is not bad. I do like it, but it's not good for the for the text of that like who we are, because the letters are white or white-ish, and the background is very light of the.
I see.
Bloom. So, you know, have to make sure that there's a bit of a darkish background, or I have to change the letters. The colors of the letters, which is also probably something that I should do.
I assume you'll also be changing the announcer to Auspicious Announcer Tusk, shared by Droll.
Oh, no. No, the Grieveling made me not like Tusk.
Griefully.
Yeah, because it's like constantly like ready for like I can't even do that. But it was
It's
it
welcome
got on my
to the
nerves.
welcome to the Grieveling, except in the accent. Yes.
Yes, and it got on my nerves so much. Oh,
You know, like at
yeah.
this point, a lot of your viewers will never have even experienced the Grieveling and the magic of the Tusk announcer.
This is true. This is
Because
true.
that was like more than a year ago.
This is true. A long time ago.
I know, man.
I got my second auspicious Lena announcer today. Now
Nice.
I have two auspicious Gladys announcers, two auspicious Lena announcer, and an auspicious Axe announcer. Pretty awesome. Like,
Nice.
Yep, that's 15k worth of Jade tokens. No problem, the Valve. No problem.
Yeah, that is a lot.
Yeah, let's take a look at who's playing what, as the teams are moving towards their lanes, and I'm happy to see that there is indeed an aggressive trialing. We do have 0Respect Wiz playing his Lone Druid, as we saw him earlier this week on the same hero. In the middle lane, we have Funzy, under his real name again. Timber Saw is his hero of the day. And we got Jarral. We already knew that he was going to play Mirana. He's going to be on the off lane together with the two supports. Creo on the Dazzle, as well as Michelle on the Shadow Demon. So the Shadow Demon Dazzle combination, I really love this. It's got such high potential. With, of course, Disruption. Not only can you follow up with an arrow, but you also have like a huge nuke coming out with the Shadow Weave, healing the illusions. It look like this Invis rune is going to get taken. Let's see if they're going to try to go for the Just Harassment for the moment.
Yeah, without the Mirana, there's no way that they could actually kill the Sand King.
Yeah. A lot of mana for one Disruption, to be honest, but worth it to get an Invis rune, I guess.
It's not too bad, yeah. I think it's okay to secure the rune. The game is only just starting, so he'll regen most of that back up before he really needs it again.
Yeah. Sorry if people.
Shadow Demon is not that expensive as far as mana goes. He has got a pretty beefy starting mana pool. Yeah. Disruption is a moderately costed spell, but Soul Catcher is actually very cheap.
This is true.
And he's not in the safe lane, so he's not going to be doing a lot of jungle farming with poison. So that's very expensive. But
yeah.
He's not going to be doing that much of it.
So you want to introduce Vhoul Assassins?
Absolutely. So for Vhoul Assassins, it's going to be Blue Banana playing the carry role Slark in the safe lane. He's supported by RMN on the Sand King. We saw RMN Sand King yesterday. It was very strong. We'll see if he does as well in this game. Durham will be on the Bane. In the middle lane, it's Wagamama on the Puck. And the off lane will be Levkin on the Clockwork.
Yeah, we'll have a decent time. I guess this is good for the Clockwork. I mean, Lone Druid will get farm, yeah, but Clockwork actually can annoy him quite a bit, to say the least. Let's take a look up top now. Blue Banana already leaped away. I guess that all depends on the illusions that you get, if you can actually leap away. But if you move a bit, then you should be able to leap away, because we got leaps away and burst strikes away, and Bane's not going to get caught out. I mean, it's quite an escape lineup that Vhoul has here. As Mirana might be in some trouble. Nope, she's not. Just harassment. Nice observer ward right next to the center ward, by the way. The center ward of Vhoul was already there. Oh, look at that. Can counter it before anything else. Nicely done. Oh, bottom lane. Battery assault. Can he get this first blood? I think he might be able to. The tower, though. And the vision is no longer there. Now Levkin is in a lot of trouble with the self ticked off. This could actually be Clockwork with a kill. Ooh. Those cogs. Levkin, still living for a little while, pops a salve of his own. Still has a bear in the jungle, but it's Wiz that actually leaves.
This is amazing.
I actually thought that he could get that first blood there, or either one of them, but looks like nobody is gonna die here at this moment on this bottom lane for now. But Wiz is only having 2 tangos in terms of regen. Scary. It's very scary. I have to say, I mean, he can just... Maybe Levkin can just walk up, but he has to be so careful for that tower. I mean, he's only level 3, and towers really hurt at that level, to be honest. But nobody dies for the moment. Mid lane so far, Funzy is sitting on 13 for 2, with Waga on 15 for 2. Very even matchup for the moment. I think later on it will be Funzy that will just not care about harassment that Waga is doing. He already has got 2 points in his reactive armor, so he should already be fairly fine. And he should be getting ahead of Waga when that happens. But Waga's getting levels. That's all he cares about for the moment. Together with last hits, I guess. Ah. If it's one thing that I find annoying, is first of all, last hitting on Mirana sucks. Second of all, having a Bane against Mirana and having Enfeeble. So now he only has 19 attack damage. Good luck trying to last it. Then Disruption. Nicely done. And that looks like a living dazzle from my point of view. Something that Vhoul would have liked to see otherwise. Nice aggression coming out from Vhoul Assassins. And that's the right way to play it for Michelle as well. Perfect disruption coming out. That's a danger of being here. They have 2 saves. No matter who gets pounced on, there'll either be a grave. Well, not yet, but there could be a grave or a heal at least. Or disruption coming out. So Vhoul should not be able to get the kill as... Clockwork gets a bit of harassment for him, but with the battery assault we'll be able to get away. We have got the bear with the entangle, so that's going to be a scary part. Oh, disruption. They catch out Waga in a lot of trouble. Oh, the burst.
Wow, the burst damage.
That is so, like, you know, you're a buck. I thought perhaps he can live, but oh my god. The nukes. Yeah. The whirling death with the heal coming through as well. Like, oh, wow.
It's funny. I was very interested in this putting this Timbersaw mid rather than against the clock or something. But there you see it. I mean, if the supports rotate mid, I mean the Timbersaw has a way to actually kill the Puck extremely quickly. Because of course Soulcatcher Puck is a very flimsy little dude. Like it's 606 HP right now. And then you look at Timbersaw's 2 pure damage nukes if he lands the Whirling Death on a tree. That's, what, 250 pure red off the bat, add Soulcatcher to that, and maybe a Dazzle heal. It's just a tremendous amount of damage, none of which is really resisted, and Puck's armor is only average. It's not by any means amazing, so an auto attack or 2 and he's done.
Yeah. But, I mean, that was 2 auto attacks perhaps at most. Maybe not even, the nuke just took away.
Yeah, the nukes were just, that's the power of Soulcatcher. That's why... Can't really underestimate Shadow Demon as a hero. He's not the strongest hero in the pool, but he has great potential to generate kills that way. And the nice thing is, because it's percent, it scales extremely well. It's pretty much his only scaling ability.
True. And Waga actually rotated bottom afterwards. Was maybe trying to at least get the bear, but even that he's gonna get... When the bear got pulled back the moment that the pause went off. So bear will live. There wouldn't be a resummon, so that would have been a very big pick-off, but... Doesn't matter. Let's see if Creo and Michelle can make something happen here on the top lane, because Blue Banana got abandoned by his supports who are now in the jungle trying to get some farm together. And they really could use that extra kill here. And because Blue Banana, when he gets experience, like, he doesn't need that much to start being really annoying later on when he gets his level 6. So for now, as long as he gets experience and doesn't die, it's a decent game for him, or as best you can expect against an aggressive tri lane of that 0Respect is running.
Right. Yeah, and I mean with Timbersaw doing as well as he is, I think that's really, really good for 0Respect. And Lone Druid, no deaths, even though there's been at least 1 attempt on his life. Really a second, because of course Waga rotated also that one time, so... overall, I think 0Respect are in very good shape. They're pretty much exactly where they want to be. They've pressured the Slark very heavily also. Now, Slark is not super duper farm intensive, but he does need some. And the fact that they're holding him back consistently and the Mirana is keeping pace with him on levels even in the aggressive lane is another good sign for Team France.
Yeah, we have got them, or at least the supports rotating. They've placed a very aggressive ward in Vhoul's jungle, which I really like because, I mean, it's such a strong combination. It would be a shame not to try and make anything happen with that, as perhaps they can try to go on a gank with Waga again. The Waga, now level 6, has got a Dream Coil as well. We have a rotation going bottom, though, with the supports of Vhoul. They want to try and take down this bear. Let's see if they can. Levkin looking for getting the cogs on. Oh, nice block with the bear. No hook shot for you. And that means that Wiz is safe and has time to either call his supports or play very super defensive and tell everybody, you know what, supports are bottom, so go make something happen on the top lane. And that might be exactly what 0Respect is looking to do right here. Maybe getting a disruption would be all that it takes. Blue Banana knows that, of course. He's playing very careful here as well, as it looks like we already have the Bane rotating away. Armen is actually kind of poor. Last game that we saw him on the Sand King, he did get a fairly decent timing on his Blink Dagger.
Yeah, although he didn't start that well. It was through participation in teamfights that he actually managed to get the quick Blink Dagger. I think he's doing okay. Level 4 and 4.5, not too bad. It's not going to be the easiest thing to get a kill on Wiz, and they keep like sort of half trying to do it, but not super hard. Except for that, of course, that tower dive at the beginning was very, very committed from Levkin, but
yeah,
it didn't get the job done.
Nope, and I think he was lucky to get out with his own life as well. I mean, 1 TP would have been a kill.
Right.
Face boots on the bear, ready on for Wiz, by the way, and we already have Bane back on top. He walked all the way. I have to say, like
hiding,
yeah. I like that that they're trying here for 0Respect. I mean, they're really by just hanging around here. Of course, they're shutting down the Slark, but right now he is getting levels, and they're soaking up a lot of experience from Mirana. Maybe with the Timber Saw coming in, they can do something. As Funzy rotates towards the top lane as well, so it would now be 4 versus 2. Blue Banana and Durham probably will try to get out of there alive. Here comes a Chakram though, slowing down Durham. Timber Saw there as well, but a Nightmare will hold Funzy in place, and Nightmare taken over by the Dazzle. Teleport bottom instead to try and save the Lone Druid. Timber Chain, Burrow Strike up and 2 still though. Levkin in some trouble, entangled and dead. RMN the one to live through it all. On the top lane, no kills, but they still got the tower in the end. So brilliant rotation from the Timbersaw. For a second there, I thought perhaps they're gonna try and chase down the Bane, but a better choice to save the Lone Druid.
Timber doesn't have the mana to actually, I think, to chase down the Bane and die and kill him while not dying to like a response from the Puck. Who is of course here again. Like Waga's searching around. Does he have the damage to actually kill Wiz?
Oh, it's gonna be
no,
tricky.
I don't think he is.
He knows that the teleport for Lone Druid or for the Timber is on cooldown at least. Oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
Blue Banana might be able to get someone here, or might have to run. He still has a Shadow Dance. I was gonna say it's gonna go out with the Shadow Dance. Moonlight Shadow coming out.
They're Moonlight.
I think it's just for the top lane here. Timber Saw coming in as well. The leap into teleport here for Blue Banana. He knows that he would be in trouble.
Yep. Yeah, smart. Very smart play from Blue Banana there.
Yeah.
But overall, this is a very confused laning stage from Vhoul. They don't seem to be like, I don't know. They just keep rotating around for ganks, but the 2 supports don't seem to be coordinating that well this game. In previous games, I've seen Durham and RMN sort of be more in sync with each other in terms of when they rotate, where they're positioned. And the Sand King and Bane are just sort of in different places, and they really need both to actually get a kill. Well, here they have an opportunity. Oh, what a nice Nightmare transfer.
After pounce. Maybe Kreo will still drop though. He doesn't have a Graves. Will get picked up, but in now comes Funzy. Already gets 1 kill, looking for a kill on Blue Banana here as well, who no longer has Shadow Dance. 7 seconds. Needs to survive. He jumps himself away. 4 seconds. He'll live. He even pop himself. Yep. Dream Coil coming out on Funzy. Gets a Chakram up on 2. Does have mana for another Whirling Death, and he's going for Waga here with a Starstorm coming out from Joral. That gets the kill. 2 for 1 here on the top lane. A Dazzle for a Puck and a Sand King. And that Puck, by the way, is the highest net worth for the side of Vhoul by far. Like, really, by 1k even. More than 1k, so that was a very big kill for 0Respect. Second time that Waga went down as well.
Yeah, and I would say that the key play for me there is the Dazzle transferring Nightmare to ensure that Slark's leap onto Mirana won't hit. And he did it at like the last second. He basically did it as Slark was already making the decision to leap, so Slark didn't save the leap to use it afterwards, so the leap just completely failed. So yes, Dazzle dies, but it's a very worthwhile trade-off since they end up getting a Puck and I think a Sand King from it.
Yeah.
Now, Slark did survive the fight because he managed to disjoint a Mirana auto attack with the leap, which was smart. So Blue Banana is still playing well, but you can see that he's falling substantively behind since he's unable to get kills. Slark is really a hero that you want to be consistently getting kills on. If you look at the net worth right now, 0Respect are demolishing Vhoul.
Yeah, it's kind of scary as well. I mean, there's only one tower down, so the difference is not just in that tower. It's so much more. It's not just in kills either. It's just by lane domination, basically. And then on top of that, oh, wait a second, Dream Coil up on 2, Jira already leaps away. Disruption for the Shadow Demon. He'll still get Burrow Strike, he'll still end up going down, or maybe not, he'll get healed. The Moonlight Shadow might be keeping him safe, but there comes the Centaur Blue Banana. Took an arrow in Shadow Dance though, now is visible again, goes for a pounce up on the Dazzle. Kill goes, well, goes Puck's way, 2 dead on the side of 0Respect.
Wiz is in trouble bottom.
Indeed, Waga jumps down the bottom, still an Entangle, stopping at least the Clockwork from going in, and Fonzie coming in to try and save him. It looks like it might be enough, the Bear will still go down, but the rest seems to be going okay. And actually, Levkin might be in some trouble still as well. The Bear is going to be able to attack again because Wiz comes back, looks for Entangles. Can he find them? Looking for them. Come on, Entangle. Pounce away from Blue Banana. He'll get that at least. Waga still in here. They know that the Lone Druid is still there. The cogs go up. Wiz cannot escape. Can they take him down? Dazzle cannot go onto the high ground. There is your kill on the Lone Druid finally, but it comes at a price of a Slark and perhaps more, although it looks like Dazzle made himself scarce. He ran. I don't blame him, but it's a good trade for Vhoul.
Yeah, I think it's a great trade for Vhoul. 0Respect got a little too cocky there, I think. Having Fonzie there was good, but having the Lone Druid resummon the Bear and re-engage in the hope that he would just god-level entangle everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know. Even after Lone Druid comes up, like, yes, his respawn time right now is he only has 5 seconds left. He's got 58 seconds after he respawns that he won't have a Bear. So he'll be essentially a blank slot.
Yeah, he'll still be able to get some farm here on the top lane as the wave is pushing in, but he has to be very careful here as well. He just is... It's not a fun time if you're a bear without a bear. Wow, my cat just started growling. That's weird. I don't know if you heard that.
I didn't see that. I didn't hear that.
Oh wow! I thought only dogs could do that. There was something came through my mailbox, so that's why. Wow, he thinks he's a dog. Sorry, I totally get distracted by that sound.
It's okay.
I wish you could have hear it. Wow. Yeah. So we've got 4 heroes in the middle lane here for 0Respect, and they're actually playing very aggressive. Not just going for the tower, even though they get that too. But Fonzie actually jumps into the tier 2 tower, now completely out of mana, but is still. I mean, this is a pure case of space creating, right?
It is, for sure. The fact is that 0Respect right now are farming more efficiently, so they can afford to do this. Now, the trade-off is that Vhoul, and this is the second game where we've seen them do this, they have good timing for when they decide to support farm allocate. So, actually, well, fight's breaking out, so we'll talk about that later.
Blue Banana, he pounces away, Dark Pact as well, but Bane took an arrow to the face. Will be taking quite a bit of damage here, puts a Nightmare on himself, but will still be able to Brain Stab. That's what he does. Burst Strike to stop Fonzie from chasing, and a Fiend's Grip coming out as well, but a very long range one, so there's not gonna happen. There's not gonna happen. That's no English, Shiver. That is no English.
So I do want to point out that Vhoul, during a lot of that time, was farming the Sand King, actually. So he's at 1600 gold, and if he doesn't die again, Araman is once again going to have a pretty quick blink. This is the nice thing about Sand King in this patch, you don't have to get the Arcane Boots before you buy the blink. It was basically mandatory before the patch, but now that blink is free, you actually have the mana. Like, he has 364 mana. Burrow Strike plus Epicenter plus blink is only 315, whereas before it would have been 390, more than the amount of mana he has.
Yeah, it's just scary. And actually, he smokes up. He doesn't have a blink just yet, but it's a solo smoke. Yes, it is. Solo smoke.
They might try to bait with somebody.
Yeah, let's see. They already find
yikes.
someone. Whoopsie daisy. Yeah, that's a good call. Just run back, run back to where
he warded from. Though before he left.
This is true. The
and
fish is there.
They don't have a counter word for it. Yeah.
The fish in the dark. The night fish. But it's still, I mean, there's it's true. But there's still 3 people here in the middle for 0Respect. And that means that Jirao is farming freely top. It means that there is a Lone Druid farming freely bottom. Because there's 4 the 4 people right now of Vhoul defending the middle lane. It is super effective, as they say.
It is, and it's interesting. 0Respect feels so confident that they're gonna out farm, and they don't need to turn up the pressure. That you actually see Timbersaw, who had the money for a fast Bloodstone, which if you're gonna keep constantly getting kills is probably the best call. He's instead decided to turn the health ring. Wait, he couldn't have done that by accident, could he? Oh no, I think he might have actually accidentally made the Vanguard.
But you can assemble it if you're fast enough. They changed that, right?
Okay, did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it looks like he has his Bloodstone ready if he wouldn't have a Vanguard right now.
So I thought that maybe he was like, whatever, maybe I'll take the Vanguard just for survivability and jungling or something, and I'll wait to get the farm for the Bloodstone, but upon second thought, why would you ever do that?
Yeah.
I think he might have accidentally done that. I'm not sure. We'll have to ask them after the game. But Blink for Sand King's done, so this is actually what a trap that Vhoul's last opponents fell into, was thinking they were more ahead than they were and letting Sand King farm Blink Dagger, and all of a sudden it completely turned around.
Yeah, well, let's see if Vhoul can do it again. They definitely need some big plays coming out from Armen, and he's smoked up again. So he's gonna hide, see if he can find a good location, and we're gonna see him wait to... Oh, there he goes! Epicenter being charged, Blink Burrow gets one with the Burrow only, but it is Jarrell, but a Grave is there, Jarrell will live. Dreamcoil up in 2 still. In comes the armor from Dazzle as well, but is it gonna be enough? Shadow Demon already down, Jarrell teleporting out with 7 health left. And the Moonlight Shadow making sure that Dazzle is able to run. Funzy is getting healed still by the Dazzle, but will get picked up. Tries to do whatever he can before he dies, but die he does. Creo seems to be able to make it out alive, but he is one of the few. Lone Druid, of course, wasn't there to begin with, but basically Mirana and Dazzle were the only ones there to live, and that's, I mean, it might have just been 2 kills, but it was what
it's
Vhoul
still
needed.
Very important. Vhoul needs to start winning fights on a consistent basis, and that was a 1 fight. I mean, it could have gone even better for them, and it almost did. Vanguard did not turn out to be very effective for Timbersaw that fight.
The question is now though, like Timbersaw, is he gonna still finish off his Bloodstone and have a Vanguard?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so sad.
I think so.
Accidentally making a Vanguard. But seriously,
I mean,
though, he could have disassembled it. There is a grace period, same like with buying stuff.
Right, but it's a pretty short grace period, I guess. I'm not sure.
But you notice it straight away, right? Especially since
I guess so.
It shows up for your teammate.
Well, I don't know. If
build
I did
a
that, I'd
Vanguard.
probably panic and be like, "Oh my god, I hate this game so much."
Oh,
they're gonna try to
they
land
find
like
him. He's gonna
blind,
try. Oh, nice! The arrow hits.
I mean, it's not really blind.
It's not really blind, but I mean, you don't see that that the cloud is teleporting out, do you?
Right. But they had to know that that's probably what he was gonna go for. But that was smart. That was a good play by 0Respect, and Jarrell's arrows are just always on point. You can't really count on this guy missing. He rarely does.
True, and he is finishing up his Manta style very soon. He already has the gold for it. This is, I mean, yeah, the turnaround was there for a little while, but the turnaround is here as well, because now Wiz is able to join the team fights because he has Radiance on his bear. And this is where it starts to get very scary for Vhoul. But if they can win fights from here on out, they're in a good spot. If they just are able to slow down the push of 0Respect, then they're okay. But they have to have that happen first, and for now, I'm not sure if it's gonna happen, but it's all like that. No pressure, Armen, but it's all on you. It's all on your back, carrying this game. Make it happen.
I mean, yeah, they've lost the farming war, so they need to win the ganking and teamfight war.
Yes.
Now you can see they have placed 5 wards, and 4 of them are in quite aggressive locations. So they clearly want perfect vision and to know who to gank at all times, and they almost have it. Like, they have just extremely aggressive warding, especially in this bottom lane.
Pretty recent,
but they haven't used it yet.
Yeah, the wards are pretty recent, which is surprising because 0Respect was the one to push into the mid lane just a moment ago. So,
right.
Yeah, they really know what to do. Like, they really know that they need to fight right now to be able to still get back into this game. So, yeah, they are positioning as well for trying to make something happen. There's of course a hook shot as well. The one thing that is the most scary thing for me for Vhoul this game is the interrupt on Blink by the bear. Oh, wait a second. Burrow strike, hook shot. They want to try and go for Funzy. He's already silenced up, but the disruption will keep him safe for a little while longer. Moonlight Shadow coming out as well. Timber Chain doesn't get him to the low ground, but the Grave will keep him up so he can actually help his teammates a bit more. Dream Coil Does make sure he can't Timber Chain away though, and there goes the Timber Saw. But at least Clockwork died as well. Looks like the Bane will get burned to death here as well. No hope for him. Double kill for Wiz already. And Blue Banana tries to get something in return. He gets himself a support. Yay! Has to run though, as does the rest. Waga should be able to teleport himself out of there from the trees. But that's a 3-for-2 exchange in favor of Vhoul in terms of numbers. But I'd say not really, like, right now it is 0Respect that continues fighting. It's 0Respect that continues pushing.
Right. It's like there's no real way you can call it. Like, it's not a terrible trade. Like, they got the Timber Saw on both supports for both supports. So like, yeah, they got the favorable end of the exchange. It's also very important when you're the team that's behind to get these exchanges because you get more out of them just in terms of gold and XP than the team that's ahead.
Yeah.
But the flip side of that is that they've got a lineup that's going to have more and more trouble dealing with even just Lone Druid. Like, that was the first real fight that Lone Druid participated in, right? Yeah. And they really just didn't bother with him. They just sort of let him run wild and kill Bane and stuff like that. So I feel like that's going to be a compounding problem since Slark, even with these kills, is... I mean, he's 4-2-5. That's a good record. He's been part of 100% of Vhoul's kills. But he still just has Tread's drums. It's not enough for a Slark to take down a Lone Druid unless he has quite a bit of item superiority.
Yeah, it's not like... You could argue that they probably would have been better off with one of the hard carries, as we mentioned, like Faces Void or Anti-Mage.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to say because they already got pressured so hard in lane that somebody like who's gonna lane worse than a Slark. Yeah, nice arrow by the way from Chiral.
I didn't see it. Damn.
Oh yeah, it was. So he nailed the arrow for about 3.5 seconds, and he has more than enough damage to kill a stunned Puck in 3.5 seconds. Puck was like here. So while he saw the arrow, it was so fast that I don't think he really had time to think to phase shift.
Fair enough. Right now, 0Respect is grouping up with 5 people on the top lane as well, so tier 2 tower time. Wow, that alliteration. It's cool. Didn't realize that until I said it. Oh, look, it's a Bloodstone!
Yeah, I'm not surprised, honestly. I figured he'd go back for it. I still am not sure whether it was intentional or not. My guess is... I don't know.
My guess is not.
Okay. Yeah,
but we can ask
my guess
him.
is also not. Because there's, like, I think you actually could if it was, like, Slark, Clock, and, like, I don't know, DK in the mid or something, but... Like, this lineup is mostly magic. You'd want a Cloak or a Pipe more than you'd want a Vanguard.
True. Nice extra armor coming out from the Dazzle. And these pushes with the bear. Oh, Burrow Strike doesn't hit anything, but the epicenter is still there. Disruption keeps the Dazzle safe. He has got a Grave as well, and he puts it on himself, keeps himself up, but he is stuck in cogs. Clockwork will go down though as the first one here. Puck shortly falling after. Funzy in the base of Vhoul making sure. Oh, wow. 3 buybacks already. Yep. They really don't want to give this fight up. And I know why, because otherwise losing this fight right here could lose them the game. They get the Timber Saw. Actually, no, they don't, because he's suicide. So instead, it's everybody of 0Respect healed up as well, of course, because of the Bloodstone. The bear doesn't get the burn enough on Durham, nor on the Slark. So they get away. But it is still Wiz that is alive. And Wiz, I mean, this is his second bear, so he has to be kind of careful.
That's true.
But, I mean, this was 4 heroes dead for 1 support.
Right. Yeah, and so many buybacks as well. I think they're intelligent buybacks. Vhoul just needs to keep this high ground so badly. They can't afford to have their base fall apart at this early of a time.
Yeah, it was actually 5 heroes dead because 4 heroes bought back and Waga died again afterwards.
Right. Yeah, Waga struggled to really make a difference on the Puck this game. Because, I mean, that's the thing. How is Puck going to gank a Lone Druid, right? Like, he does not have the tools to do it once the Lone Druid is level 6.
True.
Basically. So the Lone Druid was actually a really solid pick for 0Respect because it gave him this really tanky, difficult to gank with the tools that Vhoul had hero in the bottom lane that would also be a dangerous farming threat, and who almost took the tier 3 through that fight.
Yeah. It was close as well. I mean, next push it will happen. There's no doubt in my mind about that. If there's 2 bears there, because, I mean, they did kill one of the bears, which is something that you cannot underestimate because, as we already mentioned, the Lone Druid without bears is just kind of worthless. Unless he's fast enough to put items on his bear. Jiral might be in some trouble. Our man is having another epicenter, but looks like Jiral is careful enough to wait for his team to go in.
Actually, I think you'll find that a lone druid is extremely fun to play. You just stack Mjolnirs on the main hero. So I disagree.
Okay. Well, for that to happen, we first need to get a bit of extra coin, I'd say. He actually
He
does
does.
finish up his AC, though. Oh,
Yes.
Arman finds that he gets burned by the bear, has to run. Burst strikes out of that one.
Yep. So our man gets out safe. I didn't really think he was going to die, but I mean, Funzy, everybody on 0Respect is just quite well farmed right now. That's the fact of the matter. Jural has his Maelstrom on top of Manta, so he's got tremendous wave clear and pushing ability. And obviously Timbersaw has Vanguard and Bloodstone, so he's actually incredibly tanky, right? Like,
Yeah.
he's almost as tanky as the Lone Druid is.
It might have been either by accident or not. It's yeah, it's definitely helping him out a bit.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say I think they're gonna look to Rush, and this is Vhoul's. This is an opportunity and a danger for Vhoul.
Yeah.
If they just let this go completely for free, it's gonna become very difficult to do anything about Lone Druid.
But if they go in and lose the fight, it's yeah, they're gonna try anyways. But the Aegis is already up on the Lone Druid. Blue Banana's already in some trouble there, taking a lot of damage. Has turned on his BKB. Lefkin forced out by the bear burn. Yes, that is also a word, and he should actually die from that. Indeed he does. In the meantime, that is already two others dead. Puck and Sand King died as well on the side of Vhoul. The Aegis was burned, but I don't think it matters because the bear lived through everything, and this is just gonna be 0Respect being able to push into the base of Vhoul with all their heroes, with extra armor, with 3 heroes down on Vhoul, and of course, as we know, no buyback for anybody on the side of Vhoul.
Yeah, they had spent all their buybacks to defend the tier 3 top. I mean, I think it's sensible to try something to stop the Roche or at least ruin the Aegis so that they don't have the +1 when they try to push, but they just lost too much for it.
Yeah.
The Puck pick struggled to make a difference, and this is how you actually usually see when Puck loses. It's usually something like this, like not able to win a lane other than mid lane, and you just end up with your Puck that doesn't really do much of anything once people are tanky enough and farmed enough to live through his burst.
Yeah, the rotations that he made, of course, didn't pan out well at all, as Levkin is the first one to get picked up here in the second attempt to defend our base. Full Durham gets a brain step to make sure that he lives for a little while longer, but all he can do is just die regardless. Puck makes it to base, but it's a GG.
Look,
Game
Slark's
goes
doing
the way
work,
of 0Respect.
but unfortunately they can't win with just the Slark.
Nope. His BKB is
Not with
is
the
nice,
start he
but
had.
Yeah.
Well, his BKB was great. I
Yeah.
mean, he really just in those last 2 fights he destroyed those supports.
Yeah, but
And
he's,
Slark is a great support hunter, but who's the carry hunter, right? Like who's actually supposed to be killing this Timbersaw and Lone Druid?
yeah, it's a shame, Vhoul. They had a good run in the tournament, but this was a loser bracket match, best of 1, no second chances. Vhoul Assassins is out of the tournament. 0Respect moves on to the next round of the loser bracket. And of course, we're going to jump ourselves to the winners bracket, where we're going to see a best of 3 between Rockskiss and Power Rangers. One of the highlights of the tournament, at least from my point of view. And I'm looking forward to a very active game. Very interesting games, I hope. Any last words on this match?
No, I think it was the Lone Druid pick was very strong from 0Respect. It was pretty much the ideal use case for this hero. I think it was smart of them to look at the pool and decide to pick that up. I think Mirana, as I've said many times, like if you're not confident that you can crush 0Respect's standard game plan, ban Mirana, because then they will have to play a non-standard game plan.
True indeed, and I mean that proved it right there.
But I don't know. I think Vhoul did very well in this tournament. I think it was a pretty good debut for. I mean, not that many people knew about the team. I know I hadn't seen that many of their games. They played very solid, and 4th place is quite reasonable.
Very true. 4th place? No.
Well, they are, aren't they? Because the top 3 will be the people we're about to see, as well as 0Respect.
No, because you're forgetting 4FC and Relax. We also still have to play in the semifinals.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm totally wrong. Yeah, I forgot that 4FC Relax.
You're one round ahead.
Wow.
But yeah, still a lot of games to come, of course, for the Yardwide Festival, including, but not limited to, Rockskiss vs Power Rangers. So stick around. We'll be right back with a best of 3 between those two powerhouses. Don't go anywhere.